I know my math flashcards are in here somewhere. I guess I'll just play with my ball.
Today, Zachary is playing outside and he's taking a break. And now we're going to practice his 11's timetables.
Okay.
11 times 1.
11.
11 times 2.
22.
11 times 3.
33.
11 times 4.
44.
11 times 5.
55.
11 times 6.
66.
11 times 7.
67.
11 times 7.
77.
11 times 8.
88.
11 times 9.
90. 99.
11 times 10.
110.
11 times 12. 11. 11 times 11.
121.
11 times 12.
132.
11 times 13.
143.
11 times 14.
154.
11 times 15.
165.
Nice job. Here we go, Trent. 12 times 1.
12.
12 times 2.
24.
12 times 3.
36.
12 times 4.
48.
12 times 5.
It is 60.
Feel the beat. 12 times 6.
72.
12 times 7.
84.
12 times 8.
96.
12 times 9.
180.
12 times 10.
120.
12 times 11.
152.
12 times 12.
144.
12 times 13.
156.
12 times 14.
158.
12 times 15.
It's 100.
Nihil. Nothing. Omnia, omnis. All. Principio. Beginning. Deus, deum, deo. God. Verum. Word. All. Omnia, omnes. God. Deus, deum, deo. Beginning. Principio. Nothing. Nihil. Word. Verbum.
English. To do. To do. Do. Does. Did. Doing. Done. To do. Do. Does. Did. Doing. Done. To do. Do. Does. Did. Doing. Done. Tell me about the Louisiana Purchase. In 1803, the purchase of Louisiana from France prompted westward exploration by pioneers such as Lewis and Clark and Congressman Davy Crockett. In 1803, the purchase of Louisiana from France prompted westward exploration by pioneers such as Lewis and Clark and Congressman Davy Crockett, Davy Crockett.
All right, so here's our week 6 history. Tell me about the Louisiana Purchase. So it's in 1803, so you're gonna show your 3 fingers, ASL 3. In 1803, the purchase, like you're grabbing something, you're buying something, the purchase of Louisiana from France. France is your index and thumb are together, 3 fingers up. From France prompted westward exploration. So I'm moving to my left, like I'm looking to the west. From pioneers, so like you're riding your horse, from pioneers such as Lewis and Clark and Congressman Davy Crockett. So you're patting your hat and like pulling on his coonskin cap. One more time. In 1803, the purchase of Louisiana from France prompted westward exploration by pioneers such as Lewis and Clark and Congressman Davy Crockett. Good luck.
Hey there. Here's Trenton. We're going to do it together. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Timeline will start at the beginning of the ages. Age of ancient empires, creation to circa 450 AD. Creation and the fall, the flood and the Tower of Babel, Mesopotamia and Sumer, Egyptians. 3000 BC, 3000 BC, Indus River Valley civilization, Minoans and Mycenaeans, 7 wonders of the ancient world, patriarchs of Israel, 2000 BC, 2000 BC, Hittites and Canaanites, Cush, Assyrians, Babylonians, China, Shang dynasty, Hinduism in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, Olmecs of Mesoamerica, Israelite exodus and desert wandering, Israelite conquest and judges, Greek dark ages, Israel's united kingdom, 1000 BC, 1000 BC, early Native Americans, Israel divides into 2 kingdoms, Homer and Hesiod, Rome founded by Romulus and Remus, Israel falls to Syria, Assyria falls to Babylon, Lhasa, Confucius, Buddha, Judah falls to Babylon, temple destroyed, Babylon falls to Persia, Jews return and rebuild the temple, Roman Republic, Golden Age of Greece, Peloponnesian Wars, Persia falls to Alexander the Great. Woohoo! Hope you got it. If not, rewind and try again.
Good morning, Brianna.
Good morning.
Are you eating your breakfast? Looks like it was a rough night. Oh man, looks like you were cramming all night for the digestive system. That's what we're gonna learn today. We're only gonna learn some parts because as you can see, it can get pretty graphic. So the first part is the mouth. You just gave us a perfect example because you open your mouth. That's where the food goes. Yep. And then the esophagus. Can you say esophagus?
Esophagus.
Esophagus. Yep. That's this tube right here. And then the stomach. Can you say stomach? No, not feeling it right now. The stomach. That's this lighter red organ right here. And then the liver. Can you say liver? Liver, good. That's this big dark red organ right in here. And then the small intestine. Can you say small intestine?
Small intestine.
Yeah, it's small because it's, you know, not as fat as the large intestine, but it's a lot going on in there. And then the large intestine. Can you say large intestine?
Large intestine.
Large intestine, yep. And that's this area right in here. All right, so let's go over those parts of the digestive system again. Mouth. We'll take that as a mouth.
Mouth.
Esophagus.
Esophagus.
Stomach.
Stomach.
Liver.
Liver.
Small intestine.
Small intestine.
And large intestine.
Large intestine.
Thanks, Brianna. India's Mauryan Empire, Mayans of Mesoamerica, Punic Wars, Rome conquers Greece. Roman dictator Julius Caesar, Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana, John the Baptist.
Hi friends, so we're here to discuss the timeline for week 6. The first one is India's Mauryan empires. So India, just like we've been citing it before, it's the center of your forehead representing the bindi. And they were known, the Mauryan Empire was known for their highways. So you're gonna take your hands and go like this. Indians, Mauryan Empire. Then you have Mayans of Mesoamerica, and they were known for their step pyramids. So you're going to just show your hands going up in steps like the pyramids. So Mayans of Mesoamerica. Then you have Punic Wars, so you're gonna do the P like we've been doing before. See my middle finger, my thumb and middle finger together, so Punic Wars. And then we have Rome conquers Greece. just like, it's getting easier now because we already know these signs. Rome conquers Greece, just like we did for Peloponnesian Wars. This is a G and it signifies their helmets coming down here this way. Then we have Roman dictator Julius Caesar. So we're going to show that he's a dictator by going like that. And then we're going to do the J, just like we did for Judah. And then we have Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana. So there's some discrepancy here in the timeline, what you should do. They do say do a C across, but that could also mean Christ in ASL. So instead we'll do an A for Caesar Augustus. And the Pax Romana, you're going to do 2 peace hands coming down like that, because Pax Romana was a peace agreement. So we have Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana. Then we have John the Baptist. So we're going to do our J sign again, John, and then you're going to take your 2 A hands and put them down and back up like you're baptizing. John the Baptist. So one more time. Indians, Marian Empire, Mayans of Mesoamerica, Punic Wars, Rome conquers Greece, Roman dictator Julius Caesar. There we go. I still need to practice this. Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana, and then John the Baptist. Good luck! Here are our states and capitals for this week. The first one is Madison, Wisconsin. It's up here by Michigan, sharing some of those Great Lakes. Then you have Springfield, Illinois. That one's here next to Indiana, the 2 I states next to each other. Then we have Des Moines, Iowa. Iowa's a little bit more like a horizontal rectangle here in the middle. Then we have Jefferson City, Missouri. Kind of the most, well, almost the most central state here. And last but not least, we have Little Rock, Arkansas. All right, so now I say it and you point to it. Where is Little Rock, Arkansas? Where is Jefferson City, Missouri? Where is Des Moines, Iowa? Where is Springfield, Illinois? Where is Madison, Wisconsin? Now when I point, you tell me what it is. And here's our new song for this week. Lake Superior points down to Wisconsin, where the capital is Madison. Springfield, Illinois looks like a boy looking to Des Moines, Iowa. Jefferson City is in Missouri, where the Ozark Highlands lie. Little Rock, Arkansas is to the south, touching Texas and Tennessee. So here's Trenton. We're doing the experiment called spinning. So we twisted him up on a swing, and then we're going to turn him very, very fast to see what happens. So the liquid in the canals of your ears begin to move as your body turns, but when you stop revolving, the liquid continues to turn, and so your brain is still interpreting motion, which is why his eyes are moving back and forth there, and that's why you feel dizzy. Hello, so Trenton's going to help us today with the experiment called How Do You Feel? So Trenton's going to hold his arm up with his thumb up like this, and he's going to close his eyes and like turn his head away to make sure he can't see anything. Okay, how many points just touched you, Trent?
1.
1? Okay. How many touched you now?
2.
How many now? How did it feel?
It
1 or 2?
felt sharp, but
Okay, but 1 or 2?
I think 1.
1? Okay. Hold that finger a little bit. How many now?
2.
Okay, so why? Open your eyes. That's what I used. So how many were there?
There's 2.
Why did that happen? Why did you feel 1 on your forearm and 2 on your fingers? Why do you think that happened?
I I think that happened because since they're both like the same, like since they both the point.
Could it be that you have more nerve endings in your fingers than in your arm? And that's why? So the pencil tips touched your forearm and only a few nerves fired. So your brain only thought it was one, but then your fingers are super sensitive and there were more nerve endings there, and so it could tell that there was two. You think that's right? Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Another thing is there's two, so they're both like the same length. So
Right, we did it the same length so that you could feel the pressure, the same amount of pressure, but you could feel the 2 points because there's more nerve endings discerning that.
Yeah.
Which also means that if you burn your fingers or burn your forearm, which would hurt more?
Your fingers.
Your fingers. Good job, Trent, thanks. Trenton is back and he's gonna do the next experiment called change of pattern. So what I'm gonna have you do is pat the top of your head with one hand and pat your stomach with the other.
So you mean like this?
Yeah, pat, pat, pat. Now, can you keep patting your head and rubbing, and then like start rubbing your stomach? Was that a little bit harder to do at first?
A little bit.
Okay, now can you rub your head and pat your stomach? And now pat both. Oh, so you're really good at patting and maybe not so good at patting and rubbing. Why? Well, if you have repetition of motion, you become proficient at moving the hands in the same pattern. So you tap, tap, easy. Your brain's programmed to do that. But you can do back and forth motions if they're done at the same time. So if you were to rub your head and rub your stomach, rub your head and rub your stomach, that's really pretty easy. But then if I make you change the motion, like you have to rub one way and then rub the other way, maybe that's not so easy. Pretty cool, good job.
See you next week.